Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the What Did He Said podcast. I am your host, Chingo Bling. Te quiero vaquero.
I am your girl, Maricel, with the Duracell.
You know what I'm saying? She got energy for days. And today's wine of the evening, cabrón, Mr. Fancy Pants. Now, these people are not sponsors, so...
but if y'all want to be sponsors,
holla.
I mean, come on, somebody.
I think I can't remember. Where we buy this at? HEB?
Yes.
Bodega Norton Reserva. It's a Malbec 2017.
It's an Argentinian Malbec.
Argentinian Malbec. I don't even know what that is. It sounds like Rick Ross record label. Malbec music.
Malbec.
So we want to shout out the patrons, man, because y'all made it all possible. This episode and all episodes are brought to you by the beautiful people who signed up at our Patreon. Un saludo para Aníbal Ruiz, Arlene Saucedo, Carlos Maldonado,
Juan Aguilar.
Gibby Loera,
Jackie with no last name.
Juanita Cordova,
Chris Avalos.
Matt Chapa, and so many more. Shout out to everybody who came to the show.
Those are the newest ones, right?
Yeah, these are some of the newest people. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everybody who came out to the Packed House, Kansas City Improv. It was lit.
It was funny because they were kind of like, well, there's only 121 tickets sold. We don't need 10 waiters tonight. So it was funny because the manager was telling me he was thinking about letting the waiters go and only keep half of them, because there was only going to be 121 people originally.
Mm-hmm.
Then the day of the show, it was like, no, there's 312. So you were really close to selling it out because it's 350 there. But he was like, shit, I'm so glad I told him to stay, because we would have been short-staffed.
Yeah.
And it would have been a real bitch for them to try to get all those beers out to people, all the food. So, you know, shout out to all the Kansas City people who came out. Even if it was last minute, we appreciate it.
We only did one show, so like, you know, I went all out, energy-wise. I did a marathon. I freestyled probably a little bit too much, but you know, you make adjustments. Lost track of time a little bit, but it was fun because I'm in creating mode. It's like I was tagging up, you know what I'm saying? I was like writing up there.
Yeah. But when we were out there, the crazy thing was, well, it was you. I guess your sister texted you. Is that what happened? Is that how you found out about the whole?
Yeah, I think the details of like, oh yeah, you're supposed to boil your water.
Oh, but how did you find out about that water pipe?
I think I saw like Twitter or Instagram.
Oh, okay. So the water pipe, this water pipe supplies about 40 to 50%
I think they said 50.
Okay, I read 40 to 50% of the water. They supply 40 to 50% of the water in Houston. So that meant that a lot of businesses didn't have water. A lot of homes didn't have water. And grocery stores were even closed because there was no water.
Yeah.
So it was kind of crazy. When we went to HEB, when we finally got into town, we were still under a boil your water advisory, meaning we couldn't, you know, wash dishes with regular faucet water, even though the pressure was back, because it was really low pressure the first day. Because remember when I texted Lisa to ask her, and she said, oh yeah, the pressure's super duper low. She didn't know what was happening because, you know, Penny's watching cartoons all day. But it wasn't until I told her about it, she was like, oh, that explains the, you know, water pressure being really low. That's when she got online and started checking herself. But
some shit went down. But you know what? Houston, I felt like it was like a wake-up call. You know, like, it's a big inconvenience, so you got to be grateful for your basic things like water and stuff like that. And just be ready, you know, like know how to survive and know how to like keep a steady head, you know, regardless that you're having to like be inconvenienced. But with everything that's happening, you know, in the world with this, you know, coronavirus and stuff like that, it's like a good wake-up call. Like, you know, you have you some little survival skills in water and stuff, and, you know, understand economics and understand like, you know, what to look out for.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
It was crazy because then when we finally went to HEB to buy all the water, it was like the guy was bringing a brand new pallet full of water because they were completely out. So we came to the HEB right on time to, you know, to buy the packs of water that we brought
stock
home.
up.
So we definitely, you know, did that. And it's crazy because, like, you know, so many cars flooded also because of this.
Yeah, people were just on the road. And all of a sudden, they just start seeing a whole bunch of water.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? It's not raining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
They're
I guess,
like,
could they not have gotten off the freeway fast enough, I guess,
it
right?
depends on where you're at. You know, it got to the point to where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to hop on the roof. That's what happened. People had to like kind of escape.
Because they just started rising too quickly?
Yeah, like they had to probably just, or they didn't have a plan, or they couldn't get out of where they were.
Shit, that's crazy. I don't know what I would do in that case. I know that you're not like your doors or something. I forget what the whole procedure is if you get stuck in the car. I forget. If anybody knows, y'all should send us in.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is another. We're back, and like I told y'all the last time, we don't give a damn. We're not playing it safe, and that's one thing that Javi Luna observed. Like right before we went on stage, we're all just kind of giving each other a little pep talk and just a plan. Like, hey, let's have fun tonight, stuff like that. And he was like, I don't think people miss like, Chingo, like the hat itself, or the it's not like I forget how he said it. He's like, they just kind of miss that little bit more of that fuck it attitude. I was like, oh, me vale madre. Yeah, I know what that is. I got some of that. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've never been a corporate type of person. So, appreciate everybody that shows love and supports and, has our back and allows us to, freely express ourselves and talk shit. So, if there's any little kids in the car, ponte los audífonos.
Porque
aquí son adultos, güey.
Speaking of that, though, not to scare anybody, but with this coronavirus, big public events are going to stop happening.
Well, no, I think in France they stopped doing 5,000 seaters and more, like as a precaution, and some people predict like, well, soon that may happen in a lot more countries. It's like a couple countries,
So there's 11 cases right now in San Antonio. I told you I was watching that live broadcast or whatever about it, and they've got a few people on quarantine, and then someone came in from out of town, and that's how they brought it in. So
yep,
it's kind of scary.
Yeah, we ain't tripping. Stay healthy, stay optimistic,
And we travel so much, it's even scarier, but we should probably invest in some little
the masks. Well, they say that the masks really don't help.
Don't do anything.
And they're like, you're really just taking away from like the actual medical supply people that.
So I heard it really happens through the eye first.
I don't know if that's.
I overheard these ladies in line as I was boarding the airplane. They were saying that you really contract the coronavirus through the eye. How true that is, I don't know, but
Yeah, that's how. I don't know. We got to check the source. You know what I'm saying? Catch up, Marisol.
Well, I mean, you're like the human, like www.google.com. It really should be www.chingobling.com because he knows everything all the time.
No, I just be, peeping game, see what's going on. Because, you got a family and...
I'm not going to lie to you guys. Sometimes it gets a little overwhelming because I will literally just kind of be chilling. And then next thing you know, he just walks in the room and it'll be like, man, you know what? We really got to start preparing. And I was like, what? What's happening? Because he catches me off guard because I'll just be kind of like chilling in the room. And then he walks...
and then I'll be like, take the battery out your phone.
He'll be like...
Take the battery out your phone.
iPhones don't even have battery. He comes out of the shower and it'll be just random like, all right, so... You know what I'm thinking? We need to go like really stock up on some food, like some
dry
goods.
bulk goods.
And I was like,
big pack of rice.
What's happening? He's
Baby,
like,
how we looking on rice? We good on rice? Cause look, check this out. Now, when shit hits the fan, you gotta know when not to panic. And like, for instance, I got a little something going on with the stocks. We got a little something in the stocks. It ain't nothing crazy. I'm not fucking Warren Buffett. If you work for the IRS, don't start what you're doing just because I just said that. It's an app called Stash. They're not a sponsor, but we should get a little
affiliate code.
Affiliate code. We'll work on that. But with Stash, you're able to invest, for the low. You don't take a whole bunch to get in, and they make it real user friendly, so it's easy to understand. Anyway, I'm peeping game like, okay, well, let me check a couple sources and see what, because I don't know a whole bunch about stocks. So is this one of those situations you're supposed to sell everything and cash out, or do you buy, or do you wait, just be patient? So I heard, based on the research, it's like, nah, you don't need to fuck with it, just wait.
Because a lot of people started getting scared and selling it, right? Is that what I was reading?
Yeah, because it's all the stock. I guess stock market is all based on like fear and speculation and optimism, and people panic, and do you have stock in these companies in Asia, and what's going on over there? And supply chain problems. Apple can't get the products out because what's going on.
So
let me get a little water.
Here. Okay, remember how you were trying to explain to me like how we need to be prepared and stuff like that? Why don't you tell them a little bit about that so you can maybe put this in the radar of our listeners? Not saying you guys have to like legit listen to what he's saying, but
no, I'm a fucking comedian. First of all, my name is Chingo Bling. If you take him any type of advice from, and that's like that one listener, said one time, like, you're reading a book because Chingo Bling said, who the fuck? That's so weird. Like, Mr. Banda Makes Her Dance is telling you what books to read.
Who said? Where did it say that?
It was a fan, or somebody told you, like DM.
Oh yeah.
They were
right.
Carpool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, basically, like our economy has gotten real intertwined with China. It's like a little marriage, and it's like trade deals and a little trade war and shit like that, and a lot of pharmaceuticals and antibiotics and certain medicines get made over there. So when a supply chain, due to like, a factory, they're sick or shut down, or there's like, other issues, it becomes a supply chain issue. So like, Italy, they caught some cases of the corona. Does that mean like olive oil is gonna be hard to come by? Maybe, I don't know. But basically it's not so much like, I got a good immune system. Like, it's not so much the illness itself, it's all the shit around it. Like supply chains, medicines and stuff like that. So events, air travel, just other little industries that like, it's not you are coughing. It's just, fuck, I can't, what the hell? What's the olive oil like? Oh man, Italy.
Well, funny you say that, because my mom obviously came to babysit so that we could do this podcast, and she was like, before you go back there, I wanted to tell you something. I'm like, what? She goes, make sure you have enough water. Have you started to buy any like canned goods? Have you started to stock up on stuff that, just food in general? And I was like, yeah. I was like, have you and Pete been talking? Because y'all are both on the same. Let me tell you something about myself, guys. I don't like anything that has to do with AI. Anything that you tell me like, we're gonna have flying cars in the future. Any of those things pretty much scare me. And not like boogeyman scared me, but more like I don't know. I guess I'll adjust just like I adjusted to, going from a BlackBerry to an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Or going from, just like anything you adjust to it. But just the thought that in the future we may be handling transactions with an AI, or it's like we may like the Amazon store that I told you about that I saw. It's like, there's not going to be no people working there. You're going to walk in, you're going to scan your phone if you're an Amazon member, and then you're just going to go bring your own bags. You're going to fill up your bags with whatever you want, and they know what you're taking based on when you scanned in. You are basically, they're keeping track of everything you have, and you just walk out of the store like nothing. And it was created for people who are on the go, who live in the city, have no time to sit in these lines. You know what I'm saying? You just want to grab your shit, hurry up, go. You put them in your shopping cart, in your bags, and then you're out. The thought of that is like, hell yeah, because as you know, we're always on the go. So it's conveniently, but man, that means I will no longer say, hey, how are you doing? Paper or plastic? These people will be without jobs. Amazon's comeback was, wait a minute, you're talking to the person who created a bunch of jobs for people. You know what I'm saying?
Don't y'all like convenience?
Yeah, so it's kind of like, wait a minute, I created convenience for you. I'm going to continue to create convenience. And you're saying that a lot of people are going to lose jobs. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. A lot. We're gonna go in that direction. And anyway,
It's called automation.
Yeah, and I'm afraid of that because I feel like we have less and less people interaction. Like I have officially, I hate talking to people on the phone. Like if I call
if you don't have a job, you got more time to socialize. So all the jobs that are gone, I guess like
what do you mean?
humans will be freed up to be more creative, or those who are more creative can keep their job.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
No.
So basically, the automation is going to affect like the cashiers and things like that. It's versus like any task that you have at your job, you know.
Okay, that's not what I'm getting at. I'm talking about human interaction is going to be lost.
Yeah, people going to be like
we're just going to be so antisocial, and that is such a scary thing. Like that's not what I want to be like. I mean, I think I'm a little bit more introvert now as I've gotten older, because I was definitely party animal. I love to, socialize, and I was a big time social butterfly. I pretty much can hold a conversation with anybody I sit next to. I'm probably gonna, have a conversation with them. But what I'm getting at is like, I'm gonna go. It's almost like when you call into the phone, like to inquire about something. It's like press 1, press 5. I'm like I just want to talk to somebody.
Man, don't nobody work over there.
Like God,
somebody like.
And then
no
the person,
receptionist.
Exactly, and then the person who answers,
they don't
even speak English that well. I almost want to press number 2 so I can speak to somebody that speaks Spanish, because at least I know I'm gonna understand what the hell you're saying, But what I'm getting at is,
and then maybe they're bilingual. You're like, hey dog, hey what's up, man? Okay, I noticed the Spanish line, fool, but man, bro, like, what's the weather like in Cali? Oh man, shit, y'all, where y'all at? Texas? Okay. ¿Qué onda, güey? Oh, pues aquí nomás, ayúdame, güey.
Oh, well, the call centers are really located in like Mexico City and Monterrey, as you know, you witnessed it yourself. So so what I'm getting at is like, that's the way we're going. And man, can you imagine how much scarier it's going to be if like this, supply of food just starts to go crazy? Like, we're going to really be enemies against other people, because we're trying to save food for our family so that we can survive for however long this drought will be. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but there's a possibility. So with that possibility, it puts a scare in everyone, or at least for me, because now I need to worry about...
I stay optimistic. Fear, you don't want panic. You don't want that. You don't want people jumping the gun on stuff.
But you don't tell
it throws off the economy.
You're not going to tell me you don't stress about it. Like sometimes, like you're not laying in bed thinking about like, obviously you do have some kind of thought about it, because you come out of the shower telling me what we need to start preparing for.
Check this out. Turn the phones off. What happened? What was on YouTube? Check this out.
Yeah, so you obviously know what
I've been doing some research.
Because, my mom used to always tell me, ay, ¿tú crees que la vida es todo color de rosa? Because honestly, up until maybe a little bit before Penny was born, I just felt like life is life, and I'm just gonna live it however I want to live it, and it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not stressing. Nothing really like mattered. Not that it didn't matter. I just didn't let things get to me. I didn't let things scare me. But now it's like, I think about death, and it's like, oh my God, who's gonna take care of Penelope? Okay, does Pete know how to do that? Oh shit! Like, should I have put in the will like, Luisa needs to help him. Like she needs to stay with, like, you know, it's like all these thoughts go to your head, and you're just like thinking.
It's like relax.
No, the other day I told myself like, okay, you went from being like your own mom, because my mom has always been like a reader. Her and Chingo have that in common. They can go through books like no one's business, and they talk about.
Yeah, I need to finish.
Like to read.
I need to finish some of these, man.
But y'all like to read very similar things to where y'all can, y'all hold these conversations. Like, I stay away from those books because I really don't want. That stresses me out. I don't want to be stressed out.
Right now, I'm finishing up Confessions of Economic Hitman. I need to hurry to finish it. I'm on the chapter about Colombia.
I need to give that book to my mom.
It's man.
In Spanish. Because when she reads that...
Oh, man. Basically, you just have to tell her this. Like, I'll tell her, suegra, se trata de, like, en inglés o en español. You know, how some countries, they use these, like, loans. Like, they'll be like, yo, there's a project. Basically, how to steal resources from these, like, Latin America and shit. Panama. How they took the canal from Panama. like with these big loans and interest rates and how they, bamboozle people and all these like Amazonian people that been living off the fish of a certain river, like in the jungle, and the oil companies. It's just like the what's that one movie, Avatar, where they're like the blue people, whatever. Like natives, they want to come in, they put dams up, pollute and stuff, and fuck off their way of life. It's like, man, there never used to be a dam here. The shit used to flow, and they weren't always drilling and cutting down trees and constructing and drilling, but it's all money.
And that's what I mean. All that stuff is scary. Like, does it not?
Yeah, but we drive our car every day, and that's where the petroleum came from. So it's kind of hypocritical.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting because it teaches you a lot about, like, it's a little bit of history and economics, but it's gangster. Where it's like, yo, these are the real
Well, when
gangsters.
you're done with it, I'll read it because you've talked so much to me about it. Well, you pretty much gave me the cliff notes, but
yeah, those are, sorry to deviate from your story, but like, those are the real gangsters. That's how we used to look at a lot of these record labels back in the day, almost to like flashback to that other episode where I was telling stories. But those are the real gangsters, Those are the ones that with a suitcase.
Speaking of that,
in a suit, you'll mess around and sign something.
Whenever we're about to do a very cool episode for the Patreons that I think they would really enjoy, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Well, let's tell them. It's gonna be with my sisters. We can just catch up. I know I want to ask them about like real estate and stuff like that, their philosophies, and then we could tell some old stories about me as a kid.
Yeah, well, I wanted them for them to really talk about more so about like how it was when you first started, because they were there since day one,
Yeah, and then they had their perspective and their way of remembering things, just like every person, every individual has.
Yeah. I hope I can be here for it. I'm not sure yet. That's my dad's birthday.
Oh.
So I'm probably going to go to the cemetery to leave him some flowers, and that's probably around the time that I would go.
Well, maybe submit some questions, because I know there's some, I know you'll know, because from your perspective, it's like, okay, why, how long has he been this way, or how did y'all know, he was going to even do this?
Yeah, for sure.
Telling jokes.
So I'm excited for you guys to hear that. So Patreons, you're going to get that exclusive episode.
Exclusivo.
It'll
Para
go
los
up.
patrones.
It's going to go up Wednesday night or Thursday morning? Have you decided when you're going to?
Same day.
Same day? Okay. So it'll go up Wednesday night, guys, because you guys will hear this on Monday. So Wednesday.
And we're trying to get the schedule going, to be consistent, but we're tinkering with some options on how, what day, because, with the travel and the touring, we just want to make sure that we're on time and ahead. Really, I want to be ahead. So, and Marisol has a podcast as well. Tell them.
I do. It's Her Lounge podcast, a podcast by Marisol Herrera. I know. I was like,
I'm Marcel. I'm number one. My reputation is having fun.
So if you see me, just step aside, cause this girl don't take no jive. I said it right this time.
My man said when I'm okay.
Seriously, growing up, I used to hate it when people would say Maricel. I'm like,
Maraschino cherry.
I used to ask my mom, like,
Marisol.
why did you give me that name? Why couldn't you have given me like a universal name, like my mom, like my sister?
It's a bite-sized name.
My sister got Cynthia. It can either go
Cynthia,
or it can either go Cynthia, because there's a lot of white women with Cynthia. You know what I'm saying? They go by Cindy. And I was just like, you gave her like. It can go both ways, and that's honestly, guys, why we're going way like all over the place today. That's honestly why I gave Penny two names. Penelope is not an English name. I know that. I get it, but it's a name that you can pronounce in English, right? Penelope, and then I can go by Penny. And then I wanted to be able to, because I was very big on her only speaking Spanish, I wanted to be able to have a name that I called her in Spanish when I speak to her in Spanish, which is where Valentina came from. Penelope, Valentina were both the names that I liked. I didn't know if I was ever going to have another child, and another one, and in that and then one named him
Pablo Joaquin.
I didn't know, and if I did have another one, I didn't know if there was a good chance of it being a girl. So so it was going to be okay. She's going to give both names that I like. Her name is super duper long. When I saw it on the birth certificate, I was like, she's gonna definitely
like her little passport.
Yeah, face and stuff. She's gonna definitely hate me when she's older. She's gonna be like, really, mom? So But at least I was considerate. I didn't want her to not have, you know, a Hispanic name. You know, I didn't want her, no offense to anybody who names their kids American names, more power to
Right
you.
now, the names are getting interesting. Man.
Yeah. But I really wanted to kind of keep my roots. I'm very proud of, you know, I'm very proud of being Mexican.
Well, you do have the little Aztec man tatted on your body.
I do. It was actually a warrior.
Orale. She has the what is it? The Aztec calendario.
Yeah.
Aztlan.
Yeah.
a little tramp says Tenochtitlan.
Based on my mom took this like so this little statue was found, guys, in my great grandmother's ranch, buried underneath a tree. So my great grandmother had only found the bottom part of it, of this little statue.
You're like, and the story starts getting like, she was cool with Benito Juarez,
right?
Before he wrote the Constitution of Mexico, and then anyway.
Well, when she passed away, they went out and kind of cleared out the land, and so they cut down this tree. And when they cut down the tree, underneath the root of that tree was the top part of the statue.
Damn.
My mom got to keep it. I went and took it to like an anthropologist, and basically this one particular god that they served, his ears are really, the loop is really big, so that means that he came from money, and he was like,
what I'm saying? We got the big loops.
So he was like pretty, like you know, like flamboyant little, you know, like not flamboyant, Aztec. Like he was like, he had money.
He was like a flashy little Aztec.
He was a flashy Aztec, yes.
Like a little pimp Aztec.
And so then, you know, so it has all
Did they say what tribe or what denomination of?
I don't remember. My mom has the paper. I don't remember. But anyway, it was funny because my mom was leaving out of town. My mom's against tattoos, obviously. So I said, is there any way that I can use that paper that the
Like knocking?
Is there any way that I can use that paper that
What paper?
that they gave me at the what happened?
Did you hear that? Hey! Vale!
Oh my God. Who's out there with her?
Your mom? She took Peanut to go use the restroom outside.
Okay. Sorry guys, we got interrupted because Penelope came and knocked on the door. Anyhow, so this statue was found on my great grandmother's ranch, and come to find out, it was like this god that they prayed to. Anyway, my mom goes out of town. I asked her, I was like, is there any way that I can borrow that paper? She's like, for what? I was like, I just want to see what it's about. And I'm like honestly thinking about getting it tattooed. She's like, had a shit attached. She's like, no way.
Oh wow.
You are not getting that tattooed. What?
Yeah, she's been a handful.
And so then my mom was going to Mexico City that weekend, so I snuck in her house and I took the paper and I went to go get that tatted up. The guy there at the tattoo parlor was really trying to buy this piece of paper that my mom took to the anthropologist to get, like, you know what I'm saying, like analyzed or whatever, get the statue analyzed. He was really trying to buy it from me. I was like, I can't sell this to you. My mom will fucking kill me. Like,
why did he want it?
He loved it, like the way it was all drawn out, and like it has the arrows pointing to what everything means. He was like, you don't understand.
People want this tatted.
Yeah, he was like, let me show you. So he had the whole Aztec calendar on the back. He had the whole Aztec thing going on. So he was like, this would be. He goes, can I take a picture of it? It can somebody.
It's like somebody's tattoo is like a PowerPoint.
Well, it was funny
it's
because
like, hey, look, back tricep, bro. This is like how we used to look at our statues, dog. Like, see the loop in the ears, though.
Well, the weird thing was that he said he was gonna tattoo it on himself, and I was like,
he wanted to have the same
tattoo.
tattoo.
We're gonna have the same tattoo. That's kind of weird, guy. Like, oh my God, I was like,
yeah, he was trying to holler.
No, he was not.
Hey,
trust
let
me.
Get the same tattoo.
He was really like about it. He was like,
hey, would you be mad or not?
Like, let me just do it. And I was like,
hey, we could tat
he's
each other.
Like, hey, anybody available to tat me right now? Because she's gonna take this paper. And I was like, can you just take a picture? Like,
I want to have the same tattoo as her.
He was actually gonna go bigger than what I did, you know, but my little guy just kind of chills there. And it's just a reminder. I like the history. I wish that I knew more of it. I wish my mom knew more of it. She doesn't really, but my grandfather does. And so I really hope that my mom, like I always ask her, I'm like, because my mom always says that if she died and came back, she would love to be an anthropologist. That would be her like dream job to have. And so I was telling him, like, why don't you like sit with my grandfather and like just like one day just start taking notes of like everything that he knows, and then we research from that. You know what I'm saying? So that we have that history because, as we both know, I have very like Asian features, you know what I'm saying? And I have a very box head, and you know what I'm saying? Like I have a broad back, and based on what they were talking about on this trip that we went on.
Oh yeah, we were on we took our first little trip together. Let me paint a romantic picture. All right, there was candlelight, hang on. There was ceviche, there was tequila shots. Y'all hear that candle? Yeah, that's the beach. So we took a trip in like October or November to freaking Cancun. What was it? October?
Cold as shit out there.
But I was a little workaholic, so I guess that was just my way of...
He had never traveled.
So I was like, yo, let's
besides
take a little
the
trip.
U.S., obviously, but...
Yeah, I had did little shit like Puerto Rico, Bahamas, Mexico. That's it, pretty much. But anyway, before we did China and all this stuff, that was like a little baby step, before I go around the world with you, little mama. I gotta see, what it do in Cancun. And she's like, all right, I guess. She's like, it's kind of touristy. And it might be cold. And I was like, I don't care. As long as you're there, I don't care. Wherever you go, I want to go.
I had already kind of been to Cancun, or you know how when you're going to go to another part of Mexico, you come into Cancun. I was just like, one day we kind of just did a little day thing.
Oh, and I got recognized at the airport.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, dog, I think I might have a market down here. I might be popping. Well, it turns out that that's just where they put the deported cholos. the Chicanos that got deported get nice airport jobs. They could translate, rent you a car, or tell you what hotel to stay in.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, I ain't even been here not 25 minutes. I already got spotted.
It was so funny, but
shit, Cancun's gonna be like this town's like a great big pizza.
What were we talking about? I just lost it. Oh, when we went on the trip, we went to Chichen Itza.
Oh, and then we took a bus ride. Let me tell some of the story, baby, because it's a Chingo Bling podcast. my baby can chit chat. No, I know. Plus, I was with the Kansas City Chiefs. I was chiefing, so I was a little off track first half. So where were we? Oh yeah, so we're in Cancun. Bam, the romance is in the air. We take a little bus ride to see where? Was it Chichen Itza?
It's Chichen Itza.
They're like, dude, the fucking Cancun, it's right over there. It's over there, like, that's not even Mexico, you fucking puto head. So anyway.
Chingo, do you know that there's no pyramids in Cancun by any chance?
I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew ahead of time, when we did that. I was like, yeah, it's nearby, but that's where you would land. Right, cool, because I want. Anyway, so we went to go see the pyramids and shit. And on the trip up there, the lady, she's giving us a tour guide thing. She's like, oh, if you see over there, those churches, you could see they use the same stones from the indigenous, like their churches. Like they tore the shit down. I was like, damn. They're like, if you look to your right, this was colonial, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, now here's where a lot of the Mayan people live. As you can see, they're short, Asian eyes, broad back, big head, and I'm looking at my wife like, oh shit, baby, I didn't know you was Mayan.
It was funny because I was sitting there.
That was one of our first trips.
And she was describing, and I was like,
I'm like, baby, I didn't know.
Wait a minute. She totally
short,
just described
big head, broad back,
little eyes.
I
was like,
dark skin.
Wait a minute here.
We both look at each other like, oh shit.
We totally did.
Mayan.
I was like, I think I might be Mayan, bro.
I mean, you know what's interesting about Mexico is that I even did a little bit of research on YouTube about Afro Mexicanos, like, because when we did Nashville, it was a lot of people from Veracruz.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I'm fascinated by Veracruz's culture, even though I've never been, because of the way it's positioned. It was almost like a port, like a slave trade, or like escaped slaves or something like that. But it was in the Caribbean, so it has a lot in common with like Puerto Rico. You know, like how they eat, like it's like white rice, black beans. But it's like a little Creole, like their accent, you know, hablan como cantan or whatever. And they're a very diverse, group. So I was looking up like Afro Mexicanos. They say it's like a bunch of Oaxaca and Guerrero, Veracruz, and stuff like that.
Interesting. Yeah. Man, the history of Mexico is insane. I just want to like study it one day. Like that's gonna, you know what? You know how I was was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my 40th.
Okay, what you gonna do?
I might just like
get my Chicano studies. Go back to school.
No.
So what is it?
I cannot do. Maybe just like do more research about Mexico and find places that I want to go to. Like when we're in Mexico, like you know what I'm saying? Like find cool like history of it, and then tell you like I think we should go visit here, and here. Because we read, I've read about it, blah, blah. I really think so. I really want to do something just I'm really into like doing extremes, guys. Like
jumping out of planes and shit like that?
Not that one, because if I die, life insurance doesn't cover that. So yeah, I can't take that risk. So,
when you sign that little paper?
Yeah, so
that's
definitely not. And that's not an accident. You chose to jump out this airplane, so that's a negative Nancy for me. But remember I was telling you, I'm like, do I want to do like one of those MS, what are they?
Like a marathon type
No, the bike ones. Is it an MS 1500 or something like that?
What kind of bike you need for that? It's like a special.
It's a special bike. They're like pretty expensive.
So this is going to be an expensive.
So I don't know. I want to do something like that. Like to show you, I like to prove to myself that just an age is just a number. And your body is like really what you make it. And so like that was my.
J-Lo.
Exactly. She is 50 and look at her. And
popping
that was my
popping it for the halftime.
Thank you. And not one bone broken.
Not one hip went up.
Not massage my back because I was bouncing it too hard. Nothing. Just out there. She brought it. Yeah. And so that's basically like how I try to live life. So I try to think of, when someone asked me one time on Tip Tuesday, it was like, what keeps you going? Like, how do you find so much energy? I honestly think about like me at 50. I don't want to be.
Yeah, that's what I think about.
I don't want to be sick. I don't want to have like any kind of illness. I know sometimes they're inevitable. I get it. Like but I really try my hardest to be conscious of like,
Yeah, be flexible. Yeah. Have a strong core and have some wind, some stamina.
And I decided
in case some shit pops off, can you go 5 rounds?
Exactly. And then I had a baby at such an old age, or older. I shouldn't say old, but I started having kids at such an older age to where, when I'm 46, my child's only gonna be 10.
So she's very active.
And she's super active.
And me, I'm short and bald, so I can't be fat. I gotta work really hard to like my body fat percentage. I'm finna, it's finna go down. I'm about to kick up the cardio a little bit.
So that's what I wanted. I'm not sure yet what I wanted.
Are you hitting shoulders here today at home or?
No, today's gonna be a rest day for me. Gonna rest, okay. And so tomorrow will be leg day again for me. But
leg day again?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you just do legs yesterday?
Because I was supposed to do it on Friday.
Okay.
So that's why I'm giving myself.
Is that enough rest between the body
parts?
It's
just a day, yeah. I'm doing more quad on Monday. I did more hams and glutes on Saturday.
Ahí me pasa la receta al ratito.
Yeah.
¿Qué onda con los glutes?
Oh my God.
Hey, chiquitita. Me pasa la receta de los glutes.
Hey, like belly and
¿Cómo le haces? La Rorrita.
La Rorrita, there you go. That's exactly
la Rorrita me pasa la receta de los glutes. Sound like a reggaeton song.
How would you do it?
Or like el alfa. A ver. Forochu, puro forochu. La Rorrita me pasa la receta de los glutes. I might have studio time Tuesday. Ain't no telling. Around lunchtime, I had to pull in.
Good.
I might have to stop at the the convenience store, get some almonds and a little unsweet iced tea. Maybe hit the Starbucks, a little double shot. A little cheese plate, boiled egg. I'm gonna know, a little sliced apple with some peanut butter. I like to be full at the studio. All right, how we looking on time? All right, we're gonna go ahead and sign out, y'all. We do have a couple tour dates coming up. If you want some more info, hit me up, chingobling.com.
But we will be in Naples, March the 8th, guys. So if you're in Naples, hit me up. And also, I don't know when we're going to start this. Can I tell them about my idea for the Patreons?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Patreons, I don't know when we're going to start this. And if we've already been to your city and you're a Patreon, we will make it up to you. I don't know how yet, but I'm thinking of something of how to make it up. Anyway, moving forward for my Patreons, because you guys
make it all possible.
Make it possible, obviously. I want to have a meetup You know what I'm saying? Where we meet at a restaurant and we just hang out, whether it be where, I don't know where it is. Like,
yeah,
meet
or hook you up with some tickets or upgrade you. Or,
do not invite. There's no +1. Okay.
It's just a patron.
It's just a patron. Because I am going to sit in the front and check you in and make sure you're a patron.
She's going to have the Patreon app open.
Yes. And so I will check to make sure that you are one, because it's not fair to my other folks who pay every month to be a patron. So anyhow, I'm trying to figure that out. So stay tuned for that, because we might start those.
And everybody got their Bible.
I think so. Everybody didn't tag us, but a few people have. So hopefully everyone got them. We mailed them out already. So thank you guys for being patrons. We really appreciate it. The number is growing. So we have a goal of how many patrons do we want to hopefully sign up?
Oh, I mean, in general, there's going to be different things that we'll start doing. Like, I think there's one. We're still getting the hang of the Patreon. All the things you're able to do with it. Like, there's a little Snapchat story type of thing built in. But one of the things, like, there's these little goals that unlock. So I think the way Rob set it up, it was like when we hit 1,500 patrons, it'll be like an extra episode a week or something like that. But we can set different ones. Like, once we hit 2,000 patrons, then we're gonna start doing a web series or stuff like that.
I can't wait for that. So patrons, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. You guys make it happen.
Yeah, hooked them up with some new music a couple days ago, and we're gonna get some bonus episodes, exclusive episodes, and just other little video things that we've made that we haven't uploaded yet. We're gonna put it there.
And if you're interested in becoming a patron, please go to chingobling.com and then go to the menu and click on Patreon, and it'll take you directly there if you'd like to sign up.
Yeah.
No obligation, guys, but if you want to know what the patrones are about,
and then there's a private Instagram, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But we are hitting Naples, Florida. We have Atlanta. We have Phoenix coming up. Can you think of anything else? Midland, I believe, and then a whole bunch of Texas stuff pretty soon. I can't wait for that. And then we hit Cali in the summer, but we're going coast to coast.
Chingo the Miles coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna be major. More about that. Hopefully we start bringing on some guests, some musical guests, and bring Ryan from Eighth Wonder and stuff like that. So it's gonna be some good shit brewing, man. Good shit popping. So I hope you guys have a hell of a week, and we'll talk to you next Monday. Because we on time with it.
Hey,
we trying to be consistent.
Know what I'm saying?
And yeah.
That way ya no se enojen.
And sprinkle in a little bit more me vale madre into your life. Sprinkle more into your life. That's what I'm trying to do. Me vale. All right, y'all. Appreciate the love. Peace.
Peace.
Let it bump, roll that fire. It's a skunk, more shot.